we'll start with the standard. I am NASA principle number 5. And that's according to Isaac Ruto. And your thoughts, Gadara? Principle number 5 in an already crowded.
Well, yes, is it? I mean, there's so many fingers in that pie. You know, I think it's going to make it pretty hard for them now. Going forward, who are they going to pick? They already had a problem with the top
with the
four. In fact, it had narrowed down, I think, to 3. To be quite honest, I don't think Wetangula was looking very likely to be getting a post. But they're already having problems there. So it's simply adding more people there, more cooks into this broth. I doubt that it's going to
Although
help their case too much.
Isaac, he has said he's defending his gubernatorial seat, so he's not going for president.
Yeah, that's true. He's not going for president, but he will have his preferences, his demands that they've got to cater for, stuff like that. So I think still it's going to be a situation where they're having I mean, the wrangling continues. But
are they really going to make good their promise? Because he says that he's been promised equal status and a power-sharing deal. And we know NASA and the history of betrayal that lies within it.
Well,
is it likely to happen?
The history of MOUs.
Yeah, precisely. It's not just NASA, the moment somebody becomes president, he's president. There's no sort of, he is the first among equals. There's no equals. Kibaki showed it, demonstrated it. I think to some extent, Uhuru has demonstrated the same thing. Once he's president, and it seems all these pre-election discussions and agreements sort of lose their force once the election is done, and you have to start renegotiating sort of your position once again.
All right. Eric?
Yeah, I think number one, I think we are not expecting any problem in there because what NASA seems to be looking at, the strategy here is the game of numbers. They are trying to see how they consolidate in different parts of this country so that they can have the numbers. However, my concern is, and it should be a concern of every Kenyan, is that are we going to sit down and see people sharing the resources of this country in terms of cabinet positions and the government positions, or we are going to allow the qualified people to apply for these jobs? Well, that is my concern. Yes.
Yeah, Mike, I want to say that NASA is nearing where it was some time by coming up with the issue of the Pentagon. And you can see now it is almost taking the shape of the face of the country, in the sense that at least, say for Wetangula and Mudavadi, who are coming from one side, that they are now looking like, a little bit comprehensive in terms of representing people from the geographical regions that form the country called Kenya. But I also want to challenge them if they can improve on that by including more, from maybe other areas such as, coast, where Joho can be elevated also to be part of the principles number 6, so to speak. But again, this is also working for them, as he said, that it's not going to complicate much because Isaac Ruto, number 5 here, as he's calling himself, is not going to, seek for any other position other than the gubernatorial seat. And therefore, if they can work well without being, pushed so much by the electorate or their supporters, I think they can come up with maybe a situation where they can find themselves being able to attract people and the supporters, all votes from all sides of the country.
Okay, and I think what we could do this differently. We can actually look at some of the